Hello, my friends, and welcome to something different. This time, something entirely new, something entirely different, in which I'm actually going to try something that I managed to do in my spare time, and that's finding patches for certain games, like fan translations, difficulty hacks, adjusted difficulty hacks, and so forth. Some games for which nobody has ever heard of. I mean, for those who have heard of, ever wondered why there are certain difficulties from the original version that when we got the actual version, it wasn't all that was cracked up to be. Titles like Bayou Billy and well, let's see. Bayou Billy is just one of those reasons why Konami is just strange like that. There have been others, but the only game that comes to mind is Bayou Billy. Oh, and another one is Sparkster. So, what I've been doing is I've been going through my favorite site, ROM Hacking, where I find most games for translation patches, and therefore, like I said, difficulty adjusting patches, because games like the ones I mentioned are slightly different. This one I actually got from ROM Hacking, and this is from SkyDragonGirl, and this is a hack of Blaster Master Alpha, or as it's called in Japanese, Chowakutse Metafight. This is a hack of Chowakutse Metafight, in which this one is also a rehack of a different of, say, Blaster Master Alpha. They're trying to make it more modernized and WayForward release this. So what I'm going to do is I already put cheats on, so therefore we're just going to give it a fresh run, per se. A first impression of this hack in particular. And I've already played about a good bit of it on my own time just before I started recording this. And for what it's worth, I will be using save states just for the first stage one. So therefore, here we go. Plus, I want to also see if my cheats are in play. Cheats are in play. Good. So that means I can't pick up any energy pickups. And as you can tell, I like the way that the energy pickups aren't the P. They're just basically a different insignia. And I can actually hear the little spring in the Sophia. I might consider doing the original Metafight, just for reference of the fact that it's totally different from Blaster Master as far as the story goes. Now, so far, when I was playing this hack on my own time, which wasn't that too long ago, this was actually good, you know. The only issue I really had was just trying to make the jump sometimes. because you have to make those jumps outright precise, or else you will get caught. But you know what? All that aside, it's not a bad hack. It is not a bad hack at all. You can't pick up, the only way I could actually pick up, the power-ups would be to turn the cheat off. Well, I don't think I have a button to turn it off. Give me a moment. So, like I said, the only way I can turn a cheat off is basically I would have to erase it. But as you can tell, even me after turning the cheat off, it just stays on. And as you can tell, I can't pick up the powers. But since I was playing it normally, well, I was picking up the cheats, and I was, well, not picking up the cheats, but I was picking up the power-ups and energy like normal. So let's just say for me, I'm doing a lot of experimenting as I'm just doing this and just, you know, trying something a little bit different. Like I said, you haven't really missed anything. As you tell, the cheats are still active. As I said, you know, this is a pretty nifty hack. It feels more like how it should have been in the original. Except for the fact that there are certain spots that, like I said, you have to be real precise with the jumps. So, let me make sure I got my buttons right before I do this. 1 moment. Okay. Just want to make sure my load states are ready. Should I make a mistake in where my position is? For me, I'm just exploring all of the stage. Just because, you know, it's only proper I explore every single nook and cranny of this place. And this is what I do sometimes when I'm not really doing Let's Plays. Okay, so you can still go about crawling up and down the ladders, which is good. I'm not going to question why the ladders are there. Like I said, this is a really good hack. This was well designed. This is how you're supposed to do a hack proper. If you're gonna do a hack proper, don't just half-ass it, you know. mean, that's my only gripe. Whenever somebody does a hack, it's like, you're just doing it just to be doing it, but you're not, like, actually giving a fuck about it. Like I said, my only issue is trying to make jumps in which you can't really make precise jumps. Which is the reason why I use safe states. Like I said, I see nothing wrong with it. Just if you're going to do this, well, I shouldn't say if you're going to do this, but should you ever come back to this, make it to where you can make a precise jump to where you can advance, because it sort of frustrates people. It doesn't frustrate me, but, you know, it's just a word in mind, you know, something you should keep in mind. But like I said, first impression video, I'm doing this straight out, I'm just doing this straight for the fact that, well, the person in question made a hack of this game, and okay, the transition's a little weird. Can't be the emulator because the emulator is what it is, but from what I saw, the transition is a little weird. I've seen plenty of, I have a few friends that actually do hacks. I don't normally do hacks because I rather do fan translations myself. And all I ask is you don't take offense, but you know, I feel a little tweaking as far as this is concerned. But you know what? Otherwise, I see no problem with this. I mean, there are certain spots that just need to be cut down a bit. Like, in order to make the Sonya actually make it to this spot, you have to tweak it down by just about an inch. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do this. Unless you want to make Jason here, you know, die like that, but you can't. could easily make Jason dilate. So that's why I'm making my own little shortcut. Now, like I said, you need a little bit of that's why I say you need to at least cut it to where those precision jumps are less than, say, frustrating to make. Otherwise, you know, it's a pretty good hack. I mean, as you can tell, this is a piece of work. And I mean, it really is a piece of work. This is what you're supposed to do if you're saying you're doing a ROM hack. Take it seriously. Seriously, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take it seriously. You're doing a ROM hack. Okay, you know what? This is nice. You actually changed up Jason's actual look from the original. And you know what? I can't be mad at that. Can't be mad. Oh. Okay. I do like to change here. This is how you're supposed to do a hack. Come on. Like I said, this is how you're supposed to do a hack. Now mind you, I just turned the invincibility cheat back on. Like I said, what I'm doing is purely exploring everything. Very nice indeed. a lot of work was being put into this, and I can totally agree why. And it was worth checking out for my own curiosity because, well, I'm one of those people who still have a thing for old games. And if they were given a fresh coat of paint, well, I'm not going to be the slightest bit of mad. Because for me, as long as you remember the original and not trying to make it something it's not, then it's fine. But when you give it that Hollywood face paint, it all turns into shit. It's only fair that I see how far this rabbit hole can go, so I'm making sure. That we see how deep this can go. I'm already going on 22 minutes. Just seeing how long we can actually go until we reach, like, stage 2. Why are you save states? Just in case if I mess up on the jumps, that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to rush recklessly into this. Like I said, my curiosity has been piqued now. And it's very easy to pique my curiosity because all you have to do is show me what you made and let's see how far we can take it. So now I can pick up some of the... Now I see I can pick up some of the power-ups. Okay, you know what? This is cool. This is actually cool. I like. Thunder brakes are the same. Homing missiles are the same. But still, you know what? It's okay. The fact that this has a fresh coat of paint and make the game more about exploration and less about beating the game. That is the touch that just says, okay, you actually made the game better by doing this. Like I said, it's the little things that you add that makes it different from saying, oh, this is more of an act of love that says more than anything. And I sort of wish that game companies would take notice when certain people get appointed to work for their companies. Like take AM2R. AM2R was a work of love, and most people I can tell don't want to talk about it, but it has to be talked about because a fan community, any fan community that does the little tweaks like this, they deserve that. They deserve that kind of shout out. Seriously. Like, yeah, AM2R may have been taken down, but it's done its job. Those who actually love Metroid got people playing Metroid again. That's what I feel. It's like you make a hack from the original game, but you put a new coat of paint over it and say, "Oh, well let's make it what it should have been to begin with." I can agree with that. Make it to what it should have been to begin with. Make it more explorational. I mean, I'm 30 minutes in. Well, 40 minutes in, actually. Doing my own checks and whatnot, yeah, that takes a little time, so Therefore, I'm saying 40 minutes. 40 minutes in playing this game, and you can tell I'm alright with this. It's not half-assed. It's not purely cosmetic. It's actually a work. Like I said, I'm actually going to play up until we get to like stage 2. If there's even a boss. I'm pretty sure there's a boss. There has to be a boss. Come on now. I'm not rushing it. I'm just... I mean, you got me playing for about... what? 40 minutes. I'm still in the first stage. And a straight up exploration is just making me just say, where's the boss? Where's the boss? Where's the boss? I want to see this boss. There we go! Okay, what I'm going to have to do is cut the cheat off so I can actually do this right. One moment. So you know what? I did some experimenting off camera. When I put in invincibility or vulnerability, take your pick, as you can tell, I've made everything at that rate invincible. When you're invincible, everything else is invincible to a point. But that's not the main point. The point is, after playing this for a good 40 some odd minutes straight through just because of sheer curiosity has been piqued to the utmost. And mind you, and my timer is saying 35 minutes, 34 minutes. This is good. This is good for a hack. So, the only thing I am going to do after all this is just plop it down back to the title screen like so, because I feel it's necessary to give this hacker props. So, this was Blaster Master Wastelands, brought to us by SkyDragonGirl of 2019, which is a hack of the original Blaster Master, or Cho Wakusei Meta Fight, done by Sunsoft in 1988. And the end result is what you saw, which is it basically looks more like a wasteland than anything else, but it doesn't feel like it was a wasteland in doing it. It was actually, it took a lot of creativity, and for what it was worth, a lot of time and a lot of effort was put into this. And for, as I said, for what it's worth, I wish that most people who are into this, you want to make something different. That's the end result. You want to make something different from the original, but at the same time, you want to treat it as a love letter to the original. Always remember that if you're a hacker, that is your job. That, well, not your job, but that's your objective. Your objective is, if you're making something based off of, say, the original, it could be anything. It could be Mario. It could be Sonic. It could be this game. But the most important thing is you're doing it because you love the series, to which you can show that this game can have some level of interest just for you to pick it up again. So, I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, and this was a look at Blaster Master Alpha Wastelands, or Cho Wakusei Mega Fight Alpha. And this actually gets a thumbs up in my book. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.